Hello, welcome to the session on cloud computing. Cloud computing is a method for delivering information technology services in which resources are retrieved from the internet through web-based tools and applications as opposed to a direct connection to a server. Rather than keeping files on a proprietary hard drive or local storage device, cloud-based storage makes it possible to save them to a remote database. As long as an electronic device has access to the web, it has access to the data and the software programs to run it. It is called cloud computing because the information being accessed is found in the cloud and does not require a user to be in a specific place to gain access to it. This type of system allows employees to work remotely. Companies providing cloud services enable users to store files and applications on remote servers and then access all the data via the internet. In its essence, cloud computing is the idea of taking all the heavy lifting involved in crunching and processing data away from the device you carry around or sit and work at and moving that work to huge computer clusters far away in cyberspace. The internet becomes the cloud. Your data, work and applications are available from any device with which you can connect to the internet anywhere in the world. Cloud computing is the use of various services such as software development platforms, servers, storage and software over the internet, often referred to as the cloud. In general, there are a few cloud computing characteristics that are common among all cloud computing vendors. The back end of the application, especially hardware, is completely managed by a cloud vendor. A user only pays for services used, memory, processing time and bandwidth, etc. Services are scalable. Many cloud computing advancements are closely related to virtualization. The ability to pay on demand and scale quickly is largely a result of cloud computing vendors being able to pool resources that may be divided among multiple clients. In other words, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, intelligence and more over the internet, the cloud, to offer faster innovation, flexible resources and economies of scale. You typically pay only for cloud services you use, helping lower your operating costs, run your infrastructure more efficiently and scale as your business needs change. Cloud computing makes computer system resources, especially storage and computing power, available on demand without direct active management by the user. The term is generally used to describe data centers available to many users over the internet. Large clouds, predominant today, often have functions distributed over multiple locations from central servers. If the connection to the user is relatively close, it may be designated an edge server. Cloud computing relies on sharing of resources to achieve coherence and economies of scale. Advocates of public and hybrid clouds note that cloud computing allows companies to avoid or minimize upfront IT infrastructure costs. Proponents also claim that cloud computing allows enterprises to get their applications up and running faster with improved manageability and less maintenance, and that it enables IT teams to more rapidly adjust resources to meet fluctuating and unpredictable demand. Cloud providers typically use a pay-as-you-go model, which can lead to unexpected operating expenses if administrators are not familiarized with cloud pricing models. Benefits of cloud computing: the availability of high-capacity networks, low-cost computers and storage devices, as well as the widespread adoption of hardware virtualization. Service-oriented architecture and autonomic and utility computing has led to growth in cloud computing. Cloud computing is a big shift from the traditional way enterprises think about IT resources. Here are 6 common reasons organizations are turning to cloud computing services. First one, cost. Cloud computing eliminates the capital expense of buying hardware and software and setting up and running on-site data centers, the racks of servers, the round-the-clock electricity for power and cooling, the IT experts for managing the infrastructure. It adds up fast. Secondly, speed. Most cloud computing services are provided by self-service and on demand. So even vast amounts of computing resources can be provisioned in minutes, typically with a few mouse clicks, giving businesses a lot of flexibility and taking the pressure off capacity planning. Thirdly, global scale. The benefits of cloud computing services include the ability to scale elastically. In cloud speak, that means delivering the right amount of IT resources, for example, more or less computing power, storage, bandwidth, right when it is needed and from the right geographic location. Fourth, productivity. On-site data centers typically require a lot of racking and stacking, hardware setup, software patching and other time-consuming IT management chores. Cloud computing removes the need for many of these tasks, so IT teams can spend time on achieving more important business goals. Fifth, performance. The biggest cloud computing services run on a worldwide network of secure data centers which are regularly upgraded to the latest generation of fast and efficient computing hardware. This offers several benefits over a single corporate data center, including reduced network latency for applications and greater economies of scale. Finally, security. Many cloud providers offer a broad set of policies, technologies, and controls that strengthen your security posture, overall helping protect your data, apps, and infrastructure from potential threats. In simple words, cloud computing may be called as computing that is based entirely on the internet. As in the past, where people need to run programs or applications from software which would be downloaded from a server or a physical computer, cloud computing services help them to access those applications through the medium of internet. When you make any status update on your Facebook account, you make use of cloud computing. When you check your bank account balance on the phone, again you make use of cloud computing. We can say that cloud computing services are becoming the new common. AWS Cloud Services, Amazon Web Services, is an evolving and comprehensive platform for cloud computing offered by Amazon. It offers more than 3 other varied services including Redshift, DynamoDB, and Mechanical Turk, etc. Types of cloud computing and services. Not all clouds are the same and not one type of cloud computing is right for everyone. Several different models, types and services have evolved to help offer the right solution for your needs. Clouds may be limited to a single organization. Enterprise, private clouds be available to many organizations, public cloud, or a combination of both, hybrid cloud. First, you need to determine the type of cloud deployment or cloud computing architecture that your cloud services will be implemented on. There are 3 different ways to deploy cloud services on a public cloud, private cloud, or hybrid cloud. Public cloud. Public clouds are owned and operated by a third-party cloud service providers which deliver their computing resources like servers and storage over the internet. Microsoft Azure is an example of a public cloud. With a public cloud, all hardware, software, and other supporting infrastructure is owned and managed by the cloud provider. You access these services and manage your account using a web browser. In the public cloud model, a third-party cloud service provider delivers the cloud service over the internet. Public cloud services are sold on demand, typically by the minute or hour, though long-term commitments are available for many services. Customers only pay for the CPU cycle, storage, or bandwidth they consume. Leading public cloud service providers include Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, IBM, and Google Cloud Platform. The largest public cloud is Amazon, AWS. Private cloud. A private cloud refers to cloud computing resources used effectively by a single business or organization. A private cloud can be physically located on the company's on-site data center. Some companies also pay third-party service providers to host their private cloud. A private cloud is one in which the services and infrastructure are maintained on a private network. Private cloud services are delivered from a business data center to internal users. This model offers the versatility and convenience of the cloud while preserving the management, control, and security common to local data centers. Internal users may or may not be billed for services through IT chargeback. Common private cloud technologies and vendors include VMware and OpenStack. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid clouds combine public and private clouds bound together by technology that allows data and applications to be shared between them. By allowing data and applications to move between private and public clouds, a hybrid cloud gives your business greater flexibility, more deployment options, and help optimize your existing infrastructure, security, and compliance. A hybrid cloud is a combination of public cloud services and an on-premises private cloud with orchestration and automation between the two. Companies can run mission-critical workloads or sensitive applications on the private cloud and use the public cloud to handle workload bursts or spikes in demand. The goal of a hybrid cloud is to create a unified, automated, scalable environment that takes advantage of all that a public cloud infrastructure can provide while still maintaining control over mission-critical data. Public vs. private vs. hybrid. In addition, organizations are increasingly embracing a multi-cloud model or the use of multi-infrastructure as a service provider. This enables applications to migrate between different cloud providers or to even operate concurrently across two or more cloud providers. Organizations adopt multi-cloud for various reasons. For example, they could do so to minimize the risk of a cloud service outage or to take advantage of more competitive pricing from a particular provider. Multi-cloud implementation and application development can be a challenge because of the differences between cloud providers' services and application program interfaces, APIs. Multi-cloud deployments should become easier, however, as providers, services, and APIs converge and become more homogeneous through industry initiatives such as the Open Cloud Computing Interface. Types of cloud services. Most cloud computing services fall into four broad categories: infrastructure as a service, IaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, serverless and software as a service, SaaS. These are sometimes called the cloud computing stack because they build on top of one another. Knowing what they are and how they are different makes it easier to accomplish your trade goals. Infrastructure as a service. The most basic category of cloud computing services is IaaS. With IaaS, you rent IT infrastructure, servers and virtual machines, VMs, storage, networks, operating systems from a cloud provider on a pay-as-you-go basis. Platform as a service, PaaS. Platform as a service refers to cloud computing services that supply an on-demand environment for developing, testing, delivering and managing software applications. PaaS is designed to make it easier for developers to quickly create web or mobile apps without worrying about setting up or managing the underlying infrastructure of servers, storage, network and databases needed for development. Serverless computing. Overlapping with PaaS, serverless computing focuses on building app functionality without spending time continually managing the servers and infrastructure required to do so. The cloud provider handles the setup, capacity planning, and server management for you. Serverless architecture are highly scalable and event-driven, only using resources when a specific function or trigger occurs. Software as a service, SaaS. Software as a service is a method for delivering software applications of the internet on demand and typically on a subscription basis. With SaaS, cloud providers host and manage the software application and underlying infrastructure and handle any maintenance like software upgrades and security patching. Users connect to the application over the internet, usually with a web browser on their phone, tablet or PC. How cloud computing works. While cloud computing services all work a little differently, many provide a friendly, browser-based dashboard that makes it easier for IT professionals and developers to order resources and manage their accounts. Some cloud computing services are also designed to work with a command line interface, giving developers multiple options. You are probably using cloud computing right now, even if you don't realize. If you use an online service to send an email, edit documents, watch movies or TV, listen to music, play games, or store pictures and other files, it is likely that cloud computing is making it all possible behind the scenes. The first cloud computing services are barely a decade old, but already a variety of organizations from tiny startups to global corporations, government agencies to non-profits are embracing the technology for all sorts of reasons. Here are some examples of what is possible today with cloud services from a cloud provider. Create new apps and services. Quickly build, deploy and scale applications, web, mobile and API on any platform. Access the resources you need to help meet performance, security and compliance requirements. Test and build applications. Reduce application development cost and time by using cloud infrastructures that can easily be scaled up or down. Store, backup or recover data. Protect your data more cost effectively and at massive scale by transferring your data over the internet to an off-site cloud storage system that is accessible from any location and any device. Analyze data. Unify your data across teams, divisions and locations in the cloud. Then use cloud services such as machine learning and artificial intelligence to uncover insights for more informed decisions. Stream audio and video. Connect with your audience anywhere, anytime, on any device with high-definition video and audio with global distribution. Embed intelligence. Use intelligent models to help engage customers and provide valuable insights from the data captured. Deliver software on demand. Also known as software as a service, SaaS, on-demand software lets you offer the latest software versions and updates around to customers anytime they need, anywhere they are. Now, advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. The rise of cloud-based software has offered companies from all sectors a number of benefits, including the ability to use software from any device, either via a native app or a browser. As a result, users are able to carry over their files and settings to other devices in a completely seamless manner. Cloud computing is about far more than just accessing files on multiple devices. However, thanks to cloud computing services, users can check their email on any computer and even store files using services such as Dropbox and Google Drive. Cloud computing services also make it possible for users to back up their music, files and photos, ensuring that those files are immediately available in the event of a hard drive crash. Cloud computing offers big businesses some serious cost-saving potential. Before the cloud became a viable alternative, companies were required to purchase, construct and maintain costly information management technology and infrastructure. Now, instead of investing millions in huge server centers and intricate global IT departments that require constant upgrades, a firm can use light versions of workstations with lighting fast internet connections, and the workers will interact with the cloud online to create presentations, spreadsheets, and interact with company software. Individuals find that when they upload photos, documents, and videos to the cloud and then retrieve them at their convenience, it saves storage space on their desktop or laptop. Additionally, the cloud-like structure allows users to upgrade software more quickly because software companies can offer their products via the web rather than through more traditional tangible methods involving disks or flash drives. In 2013, Adobe announced all subsequent versions of Photoshop, as well as other components of its Creative Suite, would only be available through an internet-based subscription. This allows users to download new versions and fixes to their programs easily. Disadvantages of cloud computing. With all of the speed, efficiencies and innovations of cloud computing come risks. Initially, security was seen as a detractor from using the cloud, especially when it came to sensitive medical records and financial information. While regulations are forcing cloud computing services to shore up their security and compliance measures, it remains an ongoing issue. Media headlines are constantly screaming about data breaches at this or that company where sensitive information has made its way into the hands of malicious hackers who may delete, manipulate, or otherwise exploit the data. Encryption protects vital information, but if the encryption key is lost, the data disappears. Servers maintained by cloud computing companies can fall victim to a natural disaster, internal bugs and power outages too. And unfortunately, the geographical reach of cloud computing cuts both ways. A blackout in California could paralyze users in India. Ultimately, as with any new technology, there is a learning curve for employees and managers. But with many individuals accessing and manipulating information through a single portal, inadvertent mistakes can transfer across an entire system. What is driving growth in cloud computing? One of the biggest impediments to cloud computing has been internet bandwidth. We needed the internet to be a super fast, rushing river moving just as fast wireless as it does in the wired home or office. We are finally getting there with widespread broadband adoptions and with 3G and 4G wireless technology. We have also had to wait for internet security standards and protocols to get solid enough to make feel safe exporting huge data clusters out of their buildings and into someone else's hands. Business can employ cloud computing in different ways. Some users maintain all apps and data on the cloud, while others use a hybrid model, keeping certain apps and data on private servers and others on the cloud. When it comes to providing services, the big players in the corporate computing sphere include Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, and Alioun. Amazon Web Services (AWS) is 100% public and includes a pay-as-you-go outsourced model. Once you're on the platform, you can sign up for apps and additional services. Google Cloud, which targets consumer banking and retail, is one of the latest entrants. Microsoft Azure, which recently launched UK data centers, allow clients to keep some data at their own sites. Now, let us summarize what we have discussed so far. Cloud computing is a type of computing that relies on shared computing resources rather than having local servers or personal devices to handle applications. In its most simple description, cloud computing is taking cloud services, and moving them outside an organization's firewall. Applications, storage, and other services are accessed via the web. The services are delivered and used over the internet and are paid for by the cloud customer on an as-needed or pay-per-use business model. Consumers and organizations have many different reasons for choosing to use cloud computing services. They might include the following: convenience, scalability, low cost, security, anytime, anywhere access, and high availability. Well, thank you for watching today's program. We shall meet in the next session. Goodbye.